So the first thing we're going to talk about is remote and hybrid working. Remote working is something that's been supported with the existing technologies that are out there. Collaboration tools like Teams became key to many companies, schools, organisations. But now we're out the other side of the pandemic. We're starting to go back to a bit of normalisation. People are wanting to head back into the office. They want to see their colleagues. They want to see their customers. This is when remote working really becomes hybrid working. Being able to work from any location, maintaining a consistent experience for the user. That was one of the drivers of why Microsoft 365 has been launched. So the second thing we're going to talk about is elastic workforce. So you can scale up and scale down to accommodate for fluctuations in your workforce, whether that's seasonal changes or whether that's large recruitment drives, or certainly shrinking as a company. However, there is a minimum viable product that you need for VDI. So whether it's on premise, you need to invest in hardware, software. Whether it's in the cloud, there's still a fixed cost there for that sort of minimum viable product. You can still scale up, you can scale down when needed, but really where Windows 365 expands on that idea of flexibility, it gives you a simply monthly per user per month model. Next, we're talking about bring your own PC. So for businesses, obviously they have to source, they have to supply, and they have to manage the compute assets that are within the business. There's a big appeal for those companies, to look at adopting the BYOD, the bring your own device model that many of us are already using for mobile phones and tablets. The staff, being able to work from multiple locations on their choice of device, there's a huge appeal there as well. We're all striving for a better life-work balance, and Windows 365 can be an enabler for this. And then we're going to talk about specialist workloads. So there's users within different companies where high-performance workstations are required for them to do their role. So, talking about people that are designers, CAD operators, data scientists, film, video editors, these type of roles. So Windows 365, what you can have is a personalized, high-powered, cloud-based PC that staff can use wherever they're working from. All changes that come to a company can be unplanned. What we've seen, the companies that are adaptable during these uncertain and challenging times can still thrive, but they must have the flexibility to do that. And the last part here is security and compliance. Running workloads in Azure or any public cloud is much more secure than running it on premise, for the majority of businesses. Microsoft spend around $1 billion a year on security. They have access to vast amounts of threat data. From a compliance point of view, they have the most accreditations of any public cloud vendor. All of these available for you to sort of review in the Microsoft Threat Center. And it's great that you can leverage that compliancy and the work that they've done, as part of your own compliancy standards that you may have to adhere to.